Hi, I want to begin with offering you a happy winter solstice. Today is winter solstice, and I am Prajna O'Hara, and this is my channel. So if you like it, please subscribe, comment, and come back again. So, winter solstice, happy winter solstice. So, this is the mark of a time when one cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. And solstice, what that actually means in the Latin is sol means sun, and sistere is to still, to be still. So this marks the time of pause as we're in winter, as a time to deepen in our reflections, deepen into a, a releasing, a letting go, of really reflecting so deeply on whatever it is that we feel we have completed in a cycle to make sure that we have kissed it goodbye fully, that we've really set it free within us or on the outside of us, whatever that might be. So, as far as having a solstice ritual, this is one way to do that, to really acknowledge and take some time to reflect upon some cycle that is completing itself, something that you are letting go over that has already let go. And maybe something residual is hanging around about that. So see if you can be with that, whatever that might be, with a sense of kindness and a sense of that isn't judging, but really like allows yourself to see what that is so that it can complete itself and not recycle itself back into the new cycle that's beginning, whatever that vision might be. So we did a solstice circle here today, which was quite beautiful. And people wrote down what it was, and then we gave witness to each other as far as what are you finished with? What is completing itself? And it's interesting how many people are completing so many things all at once. And then we set that to fire, but we setting it to fire in a way of honoring what it brought, like what that opportunity provided for us to, whether it be a relationship, a job, a land that we had the opportunity to live upon. So many things that could have happened and are finished. And then to envision what it is that you see yourself entering, so that winter, it's not a time for something to just instantaneously take place, but how do we hold a vision for ourselves and allow our desires to take form, to inform us in our wanting, our longing with what is really wanted for us in the next cycle. In the winter, as this is the darkest day of the year, the dark has conquered the light, and that will be shifting. So the light, is going to be with us in a way to help us reflect upon our shadows and help us to incubate our ideas, help us to nourish our ideas and really give birth to something new. So when the springtime comes, in June, maybe it's usually around June, and then something's going to blossom, and you're going to have the energy from this time of rest and reflection to really, let yourself be in a process of birth now, but then to give birth to your ideas and to have the energy to follow through on that. Yeah. I want to read, if I can find it, I want to read something that I read today, which is quite beautiful. This is from this book called The Wild Edge of Sorrow, and it's by Francis Weller. I highly recommend it because, when we are completing a cycle, there is always a sense of loss with that. So that's the giving yourself the time and the space and the opportunity to grieve, to have all of the feelings that come along with completing something, or maybe something that didn't work out, but you really wanted it and it didn't happen. But rather than judge ourselves about that or feel blame or shame, Like, how can we invite ourselves just to have all the feelings around that? As a maybe a missed experience or something that didn't get to take place. But it doesn't mean that you did something wrong. And whatever we did do, however we did participate in something, is always a learning. Yeah. And to remember that this idea of blaming or shaming or putting something outside ourself an expectation or projection, it doesn't really give us the opportunity to own our participation, our engagement with life. It doesn't really give us the chance to own and then grow from that, to learn and grow, and then do it differently the next time. And that's what we can do in our letting go. We could say, now, if I could have done it differently, I would have, of course. But even here now, with new awareness and in presence and with kindness and compassion, how might I have done that differently? And so then when the opportunity arises again, then you're resourced. Like you know what your options are. You have more on the table to choose from. Yeah? So we're not falling asleep and we're not shaming, blaming, judging, like really, grokking and owning and purifying this vessel through kindness, yeah, through love. So let's see if I can find this. It's already getting, the dark is about to conquer this room here. The sun is setting, but I have made a promise um, to speak of sorrow, works upon it, moves it from its crouched place, barring the way to and from the soul's hall. Beautiful. It's not what I was going to read, but there's not enough light in this room for me to find. Oh, here we go. Let me just see if I get a little. Am I going to get a little more light here? Okay, we'll try it. But this is actually from Coleman. From David White. Okay. Be taught now among the trees and rocks how the discarded is woven into shelter. Learn the way things hidden and unspoken slowly proclaim their voice in the world. Find that inward symmetry to all outward appearances. Apprentice yourself to yourself. I love that. Apprentice yourself to yourself. Begin to welcome back all you sent away. Be a new annunciation. Make yourself a door through which to be hospitable, even to the stranger in you. Now, isn't that spectacular? Now, that's really all that solstice time is about, this to be in a process of resurrecting even the parts of you that have been estranged, have been abandoned, have been held distant, have been denied, have been said no to. So here in the winter, we get to come into our yes, our inclusion, and our belonging, and that every part is welcome, every part has value, incredible value. And what can we learn from that? And how can it teach us to embody more of who we are and to stand solid on the ground, in kinship with my brothers and sisters, with all beings, with my feet on the earth in reciprocity with all that she gives to us. So this is a wonderful time. I love the dark. I love like what we get to see in the dark, in those dark places. So I look forward to hearing from you. And again, if you like my channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and see you next time. Thank you.